to the channel where we break down global topics and make them simple, relatable, and real. Yeah, today we are diving into hidden paradise that most people have never thought about. Some people have not even heard of it. Guam. Yes, Guam. Guam. You might be asking, is this a country? Is this a city? Is it in Asia, Africa, or America? Let's talk about Guam, what it is, where it is, and why it might just be, the next destination on your bucket list, or maybe even your relocation plan. Yeah. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, turn on the post notification bell, and don't forget to like if you enjoy watching or you learn something, okay? So let's start with the basics. Guam is an island, a small one, and it is located in the Western Pacific Ocean. It's part of something called Micronesia, but here's the twist: it's not its own country, it is a US territory. In fact, Guam is one of the 5 major US territories. That means it's under the control of the United States, but it's not a US state like Texas or California. So where exactly is it? Picture a map. On the left side you've got the US, and way over to the right side, past Hawaii, past the Philippines, boom, there is Guam. It's closer to Asia than the US mainland. Okay, so is Guam part of the US? Yes, Guam is a US territory. That means they use the US dollar, they follow US federal laws, they have a US military base. People born in Guam are US citizens, but here is the catch: they can't vote for the US president, and their representation in Congress is limited. Still, in many ways, Guam functions like a mini version of America, with its own, its own twist of island culture. So, who lives in Guam? Guam is home to about 170,000 people. Most of them are Chamorro people, the indigenous people of Guam, Filipinos, a large migrant population, Americans, both civilian and military, and a growing number of immigrants from Asia and even Africa. So yes, if you are Nigerian or African and you're wondering, will I stand out? The answer is maybe, but not in a bad way. It's a mixed island, or and people are generally welcoming. Guam is like a peaceful small town America on an island. It has beautiful beaches, tropical weather, a relaxed pace of life. American stores like Kmart, McDonald's, and Payless, but also island markets, coconut trees and beaches, barbecues. If you hate traffic and stress, cold weather, Guam might feel like heaven. But if you are someone who loves hustle and city noise, it might feel a bit too quiet. So let's talk about cost of living. Well, it's not cheap because it's an island. Almost everything is imported, from petrol to toothpaste. So prices are higher than the mainland US, but rent is still cheaper than places like New York and LA. So can foreigners live or work in Guam? This is where it gets interesting, because Guam is a US territory. US immigration law applies. So if you need a visa to enter the US, you likely need one for Guam too. There are work opportunities, especially in hospitality, construction, healthcare, military support services. Guam brings in foreign workers through a program called the H-2B visa, which is similar to what is used in mainland US. In recent years, people from the Philippines, Bangladesh, and even Africa have gotten short-term contract to work in Guam. So yes, it is possible to go there legally for work if you can find an employer to sponsor you. So is Guam safe? Yes, Guam is generally safe. Low crime rates, friendly locals, a strong US military presence, police and healthcare systems similar to the mainland US. With all that said, it's still a real place, so you should always use common sense, especially at night or in unfamiliar neighborhoods. The biggest danger in Guam is probably typhoons. It's in a storm zone, so they do get a very bad weather from time to time. Here's what is tricky. Even though Guam is in the Pacific, there are no direct flights from Africa or even Europe. You need to transit through Asia, Philippines, Japan, Korea, or go through the US mainland and fly to Guam from California or Hawaii. So if you are in Nigeria, you likely need a US visa, and that visa must include territories like Guam. What makes Guam special is that it's a slice of America in the Pacific. It is quiet but not boring, westernized but still deeply cultural, and one of the most strategically important military zone for the US. Guam's mix of culture, beaches, and American influence give it a one-of-a-kind charm. Plus, it's a good place to rest, work short term, or even invest in island real estate. That is if you have the funds. Is Guam worth visiting or moving to? So here's the real talk. If you want somewhere peaceful with a US standard of life and an island vibe that's not too commercialized, then Guam is a gem. But if you are chasing fast money, you hate the idea of being isolated on an island, or need massive social scene and nightlife, then Guam might not be your vibe. It all depends on your personality, and your goals. So now Guam is not just a dot. It's not just a dot on the map. It's a beautiful US controlled island with its own story, okay, its own reading and its own opportunities. So let me know in the comments, would you ever consider visiting or working in Guam? Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if you found it helpful, okay? And until next time, keep exploring one island at a time, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.